we wear what we want. We are what we want. Would you still agree with me? We are what we want. If you want nothing, you are nothing. If you want something, you are something. We are what we want. It might take some time for this to get to you, but if you think about it, you can't deny it. We are what we want. If we want, for instance, if we want to be part of a society, of a country, that has very low standards, and you openly go along with that, that's what we are. We have low standards, duality laws, corruption, that's what we want. That's what we are. And today, the social and economic problems are so crass, so dramatic, that only a very, very, I want to say stupid person, a very unconcerned person does not, if someone doesn't pay attention, you don't see it, but if you just are aware a little bit, you know what's going on. Most of us are helpless, obviously, but that's what we want to focus on. So, when I rant about politicians, it is a way for me to, it's like for those who ever work with a crazy glue or super glue, it works pretty good. Just don't get it on your fingers. Because once you get it on your fingers, it's very hard to get off. It takes days, maybe weeks to get off. Because what it actually does, it peels the top layer of your skin. And politicians are today's crazy glue. Because I have come to the conclusion that our politicians are so corrupt, so mentally warped, that they can go along with the bullshit they go along with. And only because we have a corporate media, those corporate media monsters out there who make it all possible, because there is simply nothing that reports on this. But it's all of the same thing. It's a cancer. It's a cancer. And only after you come to that conclusion, and you will come to that conclusion on yourself, because whenever you hear a politician talk on the radio, like today, Obama, for instance, I heard him say a few times, he talked about, oh, I'm concerned myself, paying the bills, something like this. He said that a couple of times, pay the bills. That's his concern, pay the bills. I always want to say, I can guarantee it, this cocksucker is going to dip into Social Security. And that to me is the absolute field, a line of demarcation where I say I can't go along with calling an individual that holds the power of the highest office, of the highest office, and he has violated every oath he has ever given to his voters, first time around, second time around, to the country, to the president. Look what this dude is doing to the Constitution. Look how he has grabbed power for himself. Look how he has found the ways and the means to justify where we thought Bush, or Cheney really, Cheney, the mastermind behind that Kabul, what they have done, and here comes Obama and makes Bush like a high school kid. Bush has deported more people, Bush has killed more people with his drone killings. Obama had more wars than Bush. Obama used many times more drone killings, and it's now all like, well, the way it is. But then you hear him dabble, to the reporters what he concerns himself with, that we pay our bills, and then, watch out, he expects the old ladies, the needy people to pay for that. That's our wonderful leader in the White House. I can't call such an individual leader. Or I can look up to him and say, I admire that person because he holds that office. I think it is a totally wrong notion. We should call him what he is. He's a war criminal. He's the drone killer. He is everything. He wants to appear this smooth and clever politician who can negotiate everything around, and he wants to appear this likable guy. He's 100% the opposite. Put the little mustache in him and you see a little Hitler. This egomaniac who somehow has figured he can give everybody the finger because he's such a smart dude. When only you do a little bit research, you see what this guy has done, what he has voted for, what he has actually accomplished. He has killed Bin Laden. Go pat him on the shoulder. Go pat this guy over there. He killed Bin Laden. Look how big a story he made out of it. Libya. Go pat him on the shoulder. How proud this guy is to have liberated the Libyan people. And now he picks Brennan. I mean, it's like you put the fox in the chicken house. And Obama presents it like this is the next coming. What this guy, Lou, the next one who replaces Geithner? When I heard the Obama praising Geithner as history will show us that Mr. Geithner is going to be one of the greatest Treasury Secretaries this country has ever seen. You know what? I ran to the bathroom and I had to throw up. But that's how the Obama speaks. These are two prototypes I built during this month, and I call this product the DAPS, and the DAPS stands for Air, Dust and Particle Separator. Air, Dust and Particle Separator. And the idea started when I was working on another machine, and this other machine, for space-saving purposes, I looked for a device that could achieve the same thing in a much more compact way. And what I'm talking about is a conventional plastic injection molding machine. They usually have a hopper on top of the barrel where the raw material is fed into the machine. And there are all sorts of designs, but they usually work on gravity. Another system is where they use compressed air to create a vacuum to achieve the same thing. In other words, they could have the raw material sitting behind or on the side of the plastic injection molding machine, and the vacuum brings the pebbles to the inlet of the barrel. And I consider both alternatives, and the compressed air so it's a simple system and very reliable and very predictable. If only compressed air is used during the entire day of production, it's not an economical system. And for that reason, I decided to go away from compressed air and build an own little blower and a heating element, and in the effect achieving a vacuum. And in this, that will be a closed loop system which creates the hot air, creates the vacuum, and it creates the means to deliver the pebbles in a clean form to the barrel of the injection molding machine. And this is the intent of this product called DAPS, air, dust and particle separator. You don't want the dust, you don't want the air, you only want clean, no debris included pebbles that go into the barrel which makes the plastic parts. And this is the product. There is one, so both achieve the same end results. There still are some challenges involved in these two products, in these two prototypes. And it is, since you work with a granular material, and imagine that under a vacuum, they tend to wedge up. And no matter how strong the motor is, if the design is not properly fine-tuned, the system will freeze up. And this problem still exists in two prototypes. But it is something that just needs to be worked with, and it's a matter of time before you find a solution so the system won't freeze up. And in the end, we have a very small, compact delivery system to bring clean, pre-warmed pebbles to the barrel of any plastic injection molding machine. And you can even go as further by, you know, how much pebbles comes out, how much goes in, so you can pre-measure the amount that is required to achieve a certain product, a certain volume of product you have as part of your production cycle. And in effect, I start at the end of my project, but which is part of a bigger project, a bigger product actually too. But it evolved out of the desire and my wants to find a way to create the machine that is compact, and because of the space-saving device, you can add elements to the machine which you can't do with a conventional production machine. And so why ADAPS might have some other application for clean raw material, granular raw material delivery. It's primarily designed to fit the needs of my other machine, which is called Maschnell 1200. And that will be a project and a machine I will be talking in my next episode.